Good morning, beauties. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make a makeup that looks great on the camera and especially on a formal pictures. Those black and white pictures like for your driving license or for your ID. Usually these pictures are made very fast. You do not have many chances to make yourself look great. And so our makeup should do the job and it should be simple. It should make you look natural and yet you should look your best. So that's exactly what I'm gonna show you right now. So I'm gonna start with the foundation, and for camera I usually use the foundation without any glowing effect, just a regular this is more like a tinted moisturizer. It's very light but it helps. At least a bit of foundation is better than no foundation. You don't really have to apply a thick layer. It can be super thin, but at least it will even out the skin tone a little bit. So I apply it with my hands. There are a few things that you should consider when you are preparing for this kind of quick picture. First, try to make your face as matte as possible, because excessive shine on the face may look good in a photo shoot with the proper lights, or when you really have a luxury of finding the right spot and holding the camera in a certain angle. But when you are in front of the camera and you have to make a picture so fast, so if your face have too much shine, it may look not so flattering on the picture, because it may showcase all this line and here the puffy eyes and so on. So it's important to keep your makeup matte and natural. I also do not want to look like somebody else on my ID. Actually, the last week on Friday I went to for a test, knowledge test for driving license, because believe it or no, I have never driven all my life and I'm 38. So now I have passed my knowledge test and I'm getting ready to start driving with my husband in the car. So of course I do not want to look overdone. I want to look like effortless, as if I didn't really get ready for this picture, but at the same time I want to look my best. So we have blush, we have foundation, and now I will apply a thin layer of powder. The list of the product will be below, and usually I use the same product over and over again, not just because I'm such a boring person. Actually, I love the diversity in makeup, but that is because right now we are living in a temporary accommodation and it doesn't have much space, so we didn't bring all of our stuff here. It's in a storage and I do not have access to the storage here. So next month the rest of my makeup will arrive and then I can create some kind of different looks, but for now I have just one eyeshadow. Okay, I have two cream eyeshadow and one powder eyeshadow, that's all. Alright, so as you saw, I have applied the powder on my eyes, on my forehead, on my nose, and here around the chin, and especially here I covered these lines. This is what I'm gonna do. I take the taupe eyeshadow, big blending brush, and I apply it all over the eyelid like this. I'm gonna stretch the eyelid tiny little bit, just a little bit. I don't want to overstretch it because otherwise I may apply the eyeshadow in the wrong place, and when I release the skin then only I will realize that. Okay, so you see, basically I covered the wall eyelid, and here, yes, I can see it here, and I do it the same on the other side. This is very unique brush. I always praise this brush. because I really love it, it allows to create this blended look absolutely effortlessly. You see, I just swing it left and right, and then the smoky, I already have a smoky eye. You see how simple it is? So if you find the brush that looks like this, grab it. There are a few brands that create these kind of brushes. First is Van Gogh. He has not all of his brushes like this, but he has a few. They are not as tapered as this one. This one is super sharp. He's slightly more rounded, but still they will do the job. And also look for Japanese brushes, for example, CHIKUHODO. They often have this kind of shape. Okay, so next one is the shiny eyeshadow. I'm gonna use RMS lip polish. So I just applied along here. Well, that could be it, but I also have this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in color Sin, which is kind of shiny, so it can be used as an eyeshadow, and it looks like this. See? It has this very pearly bright, so I'm gonna also apply a tiny bit here to brighten this side even more. And then I want to pat it with my finger. Okay, and then do the same here. The advantage of this primer is that it stays put the whole day basically. The eyeshadow that I have applied just now, it smudged very easily, but this one, it will stay all day long until I remove my makeup. So I could have applied this alone, but the point is it's quite difficult to smudge it and blend it, so I prefer to use it just tiny little bit. Okay, so it looks good to me. Now is the eyeliner. It's gonna be a super thin line. And because I wanted it to look natural, so I'm not really going to extend it much outside of the eyelid. Mascara. So now the eyebrows. It's very important to fill in the eyebrows when you want to take a picture, especially black and white, because usually in the if there is a flash, a light in front of you, so once it's on, so it kind of make your eyebrows thinner, and overall it make the makeup appear less bright and less contrast. So it's kind of good to overdo the makeup tiny little bit, and then it's gonna look natural on a camera. But at the same time, I want it to look natural, like effortless, as if I didn't get even prepared for this picture, as if I always look like that. So I fill in even this part of the eyebrow that seems to be pretty thick, and wide, but I fill it in anyway because once the light is on, it will show all those gaps between the hair. And of course I draw this part. Usually for natural look I just go for the lip balm, but not for the picture, because on a picture your lip balm will look shiny and it may not really look good in black and white. That's why I prefer to use matte pencil and draw the contour around my lips like this. I smudge it a little bit with the side of my pencil. That's why you see it's all kind of has the color on the sides, because I use the side of it to smudge the color. And I smudge the rest with my finger. Actually, this Nyx Blurring Lip Stick, it has this brush, so I'm gonna try to use the brush, but I think my finger works better. Got this brush, it's made of synthetic hair, and it feels as if it's better for applying like a wet lipstick, so I don't really understand how I can. I mean, it does work, you see, it works, but I have to make a lot of moves, you see, to smudge the color. Now I better use my finger, it works better for me. I also tiny little bit smudge the contour itself. And there we go. And now I will try to make a picture and show you, black and white picture, and show you what it's gonna look like.